Well, it's officially mud season, so I started digging out fish and stuff. I'm gonna get ready for trout coming up, hopefully in a couple weeks here. Um, Pretty much all the snow's gone in the woods. There's still some pockets here and there, but the roads are pretty impassable at the moment, and they'll need a couple weeks to dry up. So um, I talked about doing a video tying flies, so tonight I think we're going to tie a black ghost variation, something I use here in Haynesville on brook trout, salmon. It works very well for me. Before we get started on that, we'll take a look at my gear, which is a mess because it's exactly how I left it the last time I went fishing last spring. So we'll have a look. So in my vest, you can see I got a lot of streamers. I really like the marabou. I fish brooks and the river here and places with a lot of current, and once that marabou gets wet, it really seems to wiggle around and add a lot of life. You can see I got an Adams right there. That's one of my staples for dry flies here. Over here I got some maple syrups, Mickey fins, more black ghosts. There's a Hornberg right there. Now the Hornberg I can never seem to have enough of. This is one of my go-to flies, and I don't get real fancy with them. I don't put a throw it on them. I do like to use the orange pheasant tippet for tail and throat. I'll make different color bodies, and I really like to add weight to them because I fish them wet most of the time. I like to drift them downstream and then retrieve them back underwater. So I'll be tying up a bunch of those because that's pretty much all I'm really short on. Probably my favorite black ghost variation is this one right here. I don't know if you can really tell, it's a dark body, but the body's actually purple. I got some yellow in there, silver tinsel, that pheasant tippet again. Can't even say how many trout I've caught on that fly right there, but that works really well, works good early, and it's real easy to fish. I'm not saying that gray ghost doesn't fish just as well, but I prefer the white because you can really see it in the water, and you can really tell what part of the body of water you're working on your retrieve. More flies in this box here, a little bit of everything. I do have some muddlers in there. That's my box full of dries and nymphs. So we got a lot of organizing to do, but in pretty good shape as far as flies are concerned. So alright, let's get going on that black ghost variation. Alright, we'll get started here. So I'm going to use some 4-strand pink for the body. I use all different colors: orange, purple, red, yellow. They all work. Some work better at certain times. I always like to have a variety, but this is a smelt pattern that works pretty good for me. Just gonna use some red yarn for the tail. Gonna use some silver hollow tinsel. It's flashy. Early season, you want something to get their attention. So I'm going to get this tinsel tied on. I'll come back up with the pink. I really like to make sure that the wraps are even on it. Helps with the way it's presented in the water. Now normally I'd get 3 of these ready, or actually I'd get 6. I'd probably do 3 in pink and another 3 in a different color, probably purple. That's probably my favorite color for the body. I don't know why, but I don't know if the fish can really tell the difference between that and black, but I like it. So now we're going to wrap our tinsel up. Now I don't think the fish really care if your wraps are even or not, but it looks pretty and gives you confidence in the fly, so you might as well make it look good. Cut off our excess, trim the tail. We'll use some more red for the throat. I'm going to put a little purple deer tail on next. I started tying flies when I was 12 or 13. I saved my money all one summer on my paper route. I bought a $50 fly rod outfit from Van Raymond's Outfitters and Brewer, which is now closed, and signed up for fly tying lessons there that winter. So next, I'm going to put a little flashaboo in this. I want it to grab their attention. Water's still high and it'll be cold when it comes down, so they won't be super aggressive for a few weeks. last thing we gotta do is put the marabou on. I usually keep a cup of water close by so I can wet it down. See what it's gonna look like when it's wet. Okay, so now tied off. And head cement's on my list for tomorrow because it's hard as a rock. I just checked it. But other than that, that right there is a trout catcher. Well, it's probably a toss-up as far as the between the black ghost and the Hornberg, between which I've caught more trout on here, but I wouldn't leave home without either one of them. So I hope you enjoyed it. I don't know how these fly tying videos are gonna do. This is my first one, so if it gets a good response, we'll tie some more. If not, we'll probably just do some fishing. So anyways, if you made it through it, appreciate you watching. Like I said, probably do at least one more, talk a little trout fishing, and get ready for the spring. So please hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't already. Gonna have a lot more videos coming. Stay tuned.